I'm Ed O'Farrell, and this is a Real Assets Advisor Hot Minute. Today, we're going to spend a hot minute or so with Casey Frazier. Casey is the Chief Investment Officer at Harrison Street Private Wealth. Harrison Street Private Wealth is the private wealth division of Harrison Street Asset Management. The division was created when Harrison Street integrated and rebranded its former subsidiary, Versus Capital Management. Casey is also a member of the Real Assets Advisor Editorial Advisory Board. Welcome, Casey.
Thank you for having me.
Casey, are you ready for a hot minute?
Absolutely. Born
All
ready.
right, here we go. Hometown where you currently reside.
Pueblo, Colorado, and I currently reside in Denver, Colorado.
Alma mater and college major.
The Colorado College and American Political Economy.
First job as a kid.
I created my own lawn mowing business.
First job as a professional.
I was an investment analyst at a boutique asset manager.
Okay. Harrison Street has three interval funds in the marketplace. What do you see as the advantages of the interval fund structure?
Yeah, we're big fans of the interval fund structure. We were some of the first people to bring back the structure, and we were really looking for a great way to get high net worth investors access to private investments. And so we were looking for a solution that solved a lot of the problems because at the time, most investors were not getting the type of access to these investments. And so the interval fund structure allowed us to put private investments into a portfolio. It allows for efficient order entry because it comes in a ticker and you can buy it within the portfolio very easily. Gets rid of subscription docs, complicated tax reporting that were traditionally headaches for high net worth advisors. And then finally, it adds some liquidity into the portfolio. And so that is really critical because before you either had to go daily liquid or into private locked up vehicles for 10 to 15 years. So this felt like a very good mix for most high net worth investors.
Okay. Harrison speaks to the idea of institutional quality investments. How do you define what institutional quality means?
Yeah, I always say you know it when you see it. And so when we were looking at the marketplace, 15 plus years ago, we said, listen, these advisors for high net worth investors are typically having a tough decision. They were either getting access to very local region or regional operating type private investments, or they were getting what we often saw asset managers creating separate retail only type products, and they weren't putting their institutional LPs into those. And so we went to those managers and those asset managers who had been investing in private markets for a long time and said, hey, we want to pool this high net worth capital and we want to come sit right alongside you and with your largest LPs in the marketplace. And that's exactly what we did.
Okay. What practical problems does Harrison Street Funds solve for advisors?
Yeah, the practical problem for high net worth investors is how do I get access to real assets and the types of things that our funds invest in? So we invest in farmland, timberland, infrastructure debt. The key for us is we give them access in a way to build out what we think should be the core of their real assets portfolio within these three funds. And so that's really the practical problem.
Okay. Does the Harrison Street team eat its own cooking?
Well, I don't eat my own cooking at home because I am a terrible cook, but I do invest a significant portion of my portfolio in our funds, and that is all disclosed because we're public 40 Act funds, and that's another great thing about the interval fund structure.
Right. Okay. Talent or useless talent you possess that most folks don't know you have.
This is interesting. It's really a useless talent, but my kids benefit from it. And what it is, I hate Oreo cookies. And so the reason that that's a talent is because we could buy a box of Oreo cookies, and my kids know that I will not touch it. And so more for them.
All right. One person, dead or alive, who isn't a family member you'd most like to have dinner with?
The Apostle Paul.
Okay. At what restaurant would you choose to have said dinner at, and what would you order?
Oh, we could go anywhere in the world and do this, but let's just keep it simple. We'll go to my local family-owned Italian restaurant called Na Favola, and I would order spaghetti Gagliardi.
Spaghetti Gagliardi at Na Favola. Sounds pretty good. You can connect with Casey directly on LinkedIn. And for more information on Harrison Street Private Wealth, you can visit harrisonstpw.com. On behalf of the team here at Real Assets Advisor, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time.